Hello, everyone. Everyone who will see this later, who maybe will join me now. I know it's unexpected, but I really missed the interaction. I missed coming out, guys, and talking to you. And that's my first opportunity. Um, Saturday night, Saturday Night Live. So I'm very happy to be here. Hey, hello. And today's very interesting topic that is, I hope, will be thought provoking for you. And I'm really hoping for some interaction today. So if you guys are available. So first of all, please tell me how can you hear me well? Hello, Yelena. Hello, Bellas, Dave, and everybody else. Can you guys hear me well? Uh, I just want to ask, do I have any crackling noise? Well, it's kind of funny. I'm wearing earrings today that actually have hoops. So, anyways, I hope that you can hear me well, guys. And today, okay, awesome. So I'm good to go. I'm very happy to have you here. Hey, Dean. Thank you, Chuck. So, topic of today is very it I almost feel when I supposed to do some videos, it's almost like all the events are leading me to make these videos with my clients, with what I observe around me, and it's just like I cannot fall asleep today if I don't make these videos. It's basically like that, and I hope that some of you guys can relate and maybe it will be of help. So y- have you guys had a situation when it looks like, oh my gosh, everything is just wonderful, you meet somebody new, you meet somebody fresh, and you just take off and you have great chemistry, and you're not even sure that you are sometimes up to level with that person. Either they are so attractive that you're not used to have people of that caliber on the outer, or maybe they are very accomplished, or maybe they just charming, charismatic. You meet somebody and you just blown away because, oh my gosh, this person likes you, and maybe they have, whether it's male and or female, it doesn't matter, it really goes both ways. It could be a female and it could be a male if that's a lady. So you know that feeling when everything seemed to be amazing, like better than you imagine, and maybe the person treats you right and does some nice things for you, or if it's like if it's a man, he has nice, very nice manners. He's almost too good to be true. Like he's everything. He's handsome. He's smart. He's just takes your breath away when you see him. He opens doors for you. He's attentive. I mean, it's just insane. So in a way, you just you're blown away. Or if it's a female, you have great chemistry. She's fun. She's bright. People, you have like an arm candy, and everybody's jealous, and you just feel like a king. But there is something that is off. You don't know what it is, but something ain't right. Something isn't right there. Like all this bouquet of things, like you almost want to take selfies and pictures, and if you're on social media, you want to yell on the social media like what a beautiful man, a handsome man you just met. Or if you are a male, you want to post this lady you met, and you really even want to share some private experiences because you're just so excited about this. But there is this part of you, that part of you, what is I call awareness, that's like alarming you. You don't know what it is. But in this relationship, you do not particularly feel the emotion or the feeling of pure trust. And you did lose your mind, but not completely. And so when you have moment of clarity, when you are not into hormones, especially, for younger people who are really, living on hormones, it's just the nature, because when we are younger, or when we are in a prime stage, we have those things going on, and the goal of the nature isn't the mortgage, isn't worrying about car payments or responsibilities. The goal of the nature is that two people see each other and they connect and they have passion and they reproduct. So the life is happening on the planet Earth. It doesn't stop, because if everybody would plan it, in many cases children would be never happening. So basically, when you are just in that passion, you can't think clear. But when you have a moment for yourself and your hormones are a little bit stabilizing, and you just have a moment for yourself, you realize you don't really know enough about this person. You even realize that sometimes you can't fully trust them, and you just have this strong feeling that something is off. You don't know. You don't know. Sometimes you don't know what exactly that is, and sometimes you do. You understand that you cannot trust this person, and this person is um have some narcissistic things about them, and you realize that they are a lot of times they're lying to you about something. It could be very tiny little things, but you realize you don't want to, but you do realize, because you caught them on a lie, and they are not 100% open with you, although they have a lot of charm, and it feels like the best relationship in their life as well, but they're not open with you completely, and you do not feel that feeling of trust, that calm feeling. You don't have it. You always a little bit on the edge, and there is a lot of emotions going on, and you catch them on a lie, and you feel like you cannot trust them, and just in general, like something is off. So those guys who are on the call right now, I'd like to, if you ever had that happened, please tell me. But I'm gonna keep going because this topic is um very serious, and I've been consulting on that several people at the same time, like same week. And as a human being, I also live life, and I just think it's one of those things that you need to trust your inner guidance. Sometimes you feel that you are hurting, yeah, but already you are addicted to that person. It's probably not good for you. You even know you probably do not want to be with them long term, but the passion is making you blind, and somewhere inside you have a hope that one day they wake up and they're a sweet person. um but it's one of those hopes where things might never not might things will never change, because people will never change for you. People change or work on themselves if they want to do something for them, when maybe they're in self-development, maybe they see the imperfections and they just want to do them, want to do better, not necessarily, they're not doing that for you. If anybody does something for you, it's a different story. It's not right, because that desire has to be within. Let me guys read what you're saying before I vent. And by the way, guys, I want to say that I appreciate you being here on the call. I know it's unexpected. I missed you very much. I realize how much I love what I do, because I've been busy with things, and I really felt emptiness from not doing. So let's see, guys. Let me read some messages here. Yelena is saying, I just went through this. Bellas is saying, you know my story, Veronica, 4 years wasted. I wish I would have known you 4 years ago. Well, Chuck, I really wish that I had known you too 4 years ago, but um, I believe that things will work out for you, just at a different time with a different person. Can you tell me, Chuck, now when you look at this, can you tell me like what signs were clearly there? That I mean, but you ignored them. Could you share? I think that would be very helpful with our subscribers and people. So if you don't mind, where there's some science that were alarming you, it's not right, but you just ignored them because you were maybe hopeful. So let's see who else. Okay, Lavert is saying, hey Veronica, hey Lavert, good to see you, man. What if that feeling people have is wrong and it destroys a great relationship? Um, what is that feeling is more insecurity than a gut feeling? Lavert is one of those. This is one of those things. When you just need to know yourself. I understand what you're saying. Like when people sabotage when everything is good, but they just sabotage. And this is something different. This is something when the person, let's say you're dating somebody, you've never been to their home. You've dated them for, I don't know, maybe 6 months, and you're like exclusive with them, and you've never been to their home, or they keep telling you stories, and sometimes they don't match, or it's something that you feel with your heart, because you feel elated, you feel excited, but you feel that they don't tell you the full story. And this is one of those things that they try, with women, just to warn you guys, very often it's actually affection, and it's something that you maybe never even had affection or passion on that level, and even sometimes you're not into it, but the woman is initiating, and you like, oh god, I don't, I'm not into it, like leave me alone. Some women, they I have video about sexual manipulations, and for you guys in international dating, I want to say that um a lot of, or some Ukrainian and Russian women know how American men coming out of loveless marriages, and how big part of American women do not pay attention to what's going on in the bedroom. They don't uh, seduct their husbands. They don't um, show a lot of affection, and especially, the usually the sexual life in the marriages that people walked out from, usually it wasn't great. So a lot of times these women, they know what they're doing. They know exactly, it's like a bait thing. They know exactly what men desire, and they just figuring it out, and they're very good actresses. So they would play this passion for you, right? They would play the um the passion you've maybe never had. You might be like in your 40s, you never had something like that, or whatever age. It doesn't matter, it's you can't always measure that. But on the other hand, you think, oh my god, finally I have a woman who is into it. Like, I've been dreaming. I was living in a cold marriage. Here we are. I have a lady that's into all of this stuff now. But notice something here. This lady, she's so passionate, she's so crazy about you, but she never asks questions about you into depths, like, what's your world like, what's your inner world like what you dream about, how you want to see your life. She never have into depth conversations with you. She doesn't take care of you in terms of, she is happy to when you taking care of her, but it's kind of one-sided. And sometimes she can be a money vacuum. She always needs something. It can be it's very often in case with women, it can be often material, but it's not always. Sometimes there are other goals these people have. um Anyways, you becoming very dependent. And yes, these ladies could be very material. They are like literally like a money vacuum. And you just feel, well, it's my lady, I need to take care of her. But in reality, if you think about it, except for sex, this woman had never gave you anything else. And real relationship require a lot more than that. So, red flags to look at, that she never asks you into depths about your profession, about your world, your inner world, who you really are, like, what you think about, what you into. you know our women, especially the real women, they want to connect with you on a higher level like that. So if they don't know what air you're breathing, that's red flag. And if they're kind of women that always it's always your effort. They never offer you something that they made with their hands, like food, or they never. It's never an exchange. The only thing, once again, is a big manipulative factor in sex. Just have to talk about this because that's how it is. But on the other hand, with men is a similar thing in a way. So they get you hooked. They make you feel good, but you don't know. They often in a situation like this, they are living. They might have several women. They can have several families, multiple lovers, and you just don't understand. Like, for women, it's like, I met this perfect guy. He's amazing. Like, he's everything I ever wanted. But I've never met for example, like, never met his family, never met his friends. There is always some excuse why, why not. um Sometimes he's disappearing in a bathroom with his cell phone, you know what I mean. um so, or does not pick up. There is all this science that tells you something isn't wrong, is not right, so something is wrong. So very often these people, in a man's case, usually these are men that are in a relationship, or they are married, or they are unavailable emotionally, or they're just womanizers. I've seen that a lot happening. So, for women who watching me, don't get carried away completely when you see that. It's almost like, here is a red flag also. It's almost like person is overdoing it. Like, he always got something for you. He takes you to the best places. Like, he doing all these things, but you feel something, and if you connect that with logic, if you see those alerts, um if you see those alerts, you just gotta click on the logic, the simply the logic, and think about these things like, okay, there is certain pattern, and you just feel, okay, the main thing here, you feel that person is not completely open with you, they you can feel, when somebody is hiding things from you, you can feel it. uh so I'm not suggesting being a detective, but we have inner guidance. And Levert asked me a challenging question: what if it's just your imagination? If it's just your imagination, you can ask a direct question, and you will get a direct answer. If you ask somebody, why didn't you, I don't know, pick up my phone when I called, and the person is, it just happened randomly. The person said, oh, I did this, I was doing that. But that when it happens all the time, or you're out on a date and it's kind of the person is disappearing with their phone in the bathroom for 15 minutes, um or they never pick up a phone, just kind of, it's just, that inner guidance that alert us from pain and danger. Yes, Dave, passion is good, but women are we men need women in their life. There is more than passion. You want somebody who is compassionate, who is caring, who is thoughtful, who is you know showing many other things, for having a good connection. But everybody is different, everybody has their preferences. So I'm not trying to give uh like a cookie cutter or answer for everybody, but I'm just saying, guys, be alert. I was working this week with several clients, and it's just so interesting how at the same time, and it was, the situation where you feel that you are lied to, and you can catch the small lies pretty often. And it's just one of those things when you wonder, um you just wonder how deep and how far those things are. Yeah, I mean, we all sometimes have white lies, but I think when we growing up a little bit, when we becoming more mature, like I think Maya Angelou said, I don't fear anybody that much that I need to lie. So that is something, I thought that was beautiful, by the way. She said that I don't fear anybody that much that I should not say the truth. I think it's powerful, and each time I want to make something up, sometimes, I think about that statement, like, I don't need to sugarcoat and sweeten things, and so forth. It really frees you up. It's very liberating, to be able to speak your truth and to look into your eyes and talk. So if you have a doubt, whether it's just your imagination, talk with the person face to face, eyes to eyes, but mostly look at their behavior, because very often, uh, if we talk about narcissistic disorder or thing, when people just, it's all about them, it's all, what they can get, and it's all about how incredible they are. um, they often want, the reason why they don't won't let you go is they actually enjoy having power over you. It's not always about the money, it's not always about gaining something material. Very often is about, having power over you. Let's say you are in a relationship and you've been unhappy, like your soul have not been nourished, it's a cold relationship, and um you worked very hard, you tried everything to save it, but it didn't work out, and you tell the person, I need to move on, I need to go, and they start crying and they start begging, and the only reason why they keep they want you to stay. The only reason for it is not because all of a sudden they started to appreciate you. It's not that they realize your value. No, the only reason why people want you back is because there is certain sense of power. Like, you are about to get a happy life, you are about to be with people who will appreciate you, and they realize that you are about to allow yourself to live, have real friends. I'm talking, of course, about unhappy relationship, when one person feels obligated be with another, but there is no real connection, but it's comfortable for the other one. And that person, each time you want to break out, um each time you want to break out of relationship because it's painful, you're dying inside of it emotionally, that person is like in tears, and you just feel you would be such a bad person to leave them. um but the true, and and you think, oh, well, they love me, they just coming back, and you keep giving them chances, but in the end what happens is, uh they just want you back. In that moment, they sort of changing, they're nice to you when you coming back, but months or two passed, they're back to their old habits, they're back to treating you like Mr. Nobody or Miss Nobody. So, and it happens over again, it's a pattern. Sometimes it's a pathological liars. So what they do is, they lie about every little thing. And you have social media. Sometimes people don't know that you can. Sometimes they forget. Usually, these people are pretty aware what they post on social media, but sometimes they forget to remove something. And like, they tell you, oh, like, I am at home, and maybe you see on Instagram that they just made a live video and they're somewhere else, or they tell you, or like, I'm single, and then the social media shows them that they're anything but single, but they forgot to block you, or they kind of forgot to do this thing to hide it, whatever that might be. But usually it's a question of manipulation. And usually when you realize this, it's already too late, because you start developing strong feelings for them. Once again, they often have very bright personality. I mean, if it's a woman, she's very attractive, she has a character, she has charisma, she has sense of humor, she's very feminine and very attractive, kind of, I would say, like this, sexual female attraction, when you see a woman and you just like, whoo. And you might be, you might never had a lady like that. And for the women, same thing, it's not only smart guy, but he's handsome and he maybe has good manners and God knows what else. So you totally blown away, but he's always late, or he's not, picking up his phone, or like, you feel that, basically, you feel that you cannot trust, yet you already developed feelings, so it's hard for you to walk away, but something inside of you is hurting. So one of the signs, guys, if you feel that something inside of you is hurting or very anxious, but on the outer it looks like it's kind of okay, pay attention to it, because your inner being was made to protect you. And we all have great guidance, not only women, guys have pretty good gut feeling as well. We just will learn to deny it. But our inner, whatever it is very intuitive, and it can feel things that you cannot see. So, but that once you know that you sorry guys, once actually can see logic, and you can see that you had been played, um you still having hard time to leave, listen to your gut. That's for sure. That's what it is. It's there. You know, the person who is open, I mean, it feels amazing. It does have this lightness to it. It does have this wave, and you know, it's very hard to stand on your toes for very long. You will get that feeling. That person stands on their toes, like always, everything 100%. You know, like, but it's very hard. You can't do that. I don't know how strong your toes are. You can't stand on them forever. So eventually you're gonna stand on your normal feet, and you know that's will be very obvious. So what I want to say is, yes, trust your gut feeling, and then look at some logic. Look at the situations that were painful for you and why, and try to see if there is a pattern. And last thing is this: you when you're gonna try to break out of it, you will try. You know, you gotta protect yourself. You gotta protect your emotions. You gotta protect your heart, because a true love or true person that cares about you, uh, you know, they say that the person that worth your tears will never make you cry. Once again, the person that worth of your tears, you know, somebody that actually you could cry about because they're so special for you, they will never make you cry. And love does not make you anxious. Love and connection does not make you feel smaller, does not make you like you're not good enough, or it does not make you feel hurt. You know, when people blow hot and cold and play, you know, the kitty with this, you know, with a bow thing. It's love is what makes you stronger. It's what, you know, it's, you know, you can have passion, but true love is very calm. It's present. It makes you stronger. It makes you stronger. You know, you feel the support, you feel extra energy, and it doesn't make you shrink. It doesn't make you afraid, you know, oh, is she gonna follow up? If she not gonna, is she gonna have a scandal? Like, you just, you know, love is strength. So that what I want to say, you know. And many people think that love is suffer, many people think that love is pain, but true love, love that, love and connection and all of those beautiful things that meant to be, they are, you know, none of those painful things. It's a, confidence, it's strength. When somebody loves you, you feel stronger, you can feel it. um yes. So let me see, guys, what you're saying. Gosh, it's been so. I feel like it's been forever since I made a live video, and it's been only maybe 5 days. All right, let's see. Let's see. Oh my gosh, lots of comments. All right. Oh wow. Okay, I'm going all the way back trying to read them. Well, thanks, KZ. I appreciate the kind words. Hakim says, I'm still okay. I'm still waiting on your book. You give the best honest advice. You go, girls. Thank you. The book might start in Ukraine, since I won't be doing um other things that I do here. So I've been thinking about that too. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I got a lot to say that I might not be able to say in a video, but I could say in a book. I was actually thinking about the short stories, so nobody knows if it's really happened, but it would have a bottom line. Um, all right, let's see. Okay, gosh, they're going so fast. Okay, somebody is asking me, I'm dating a girl in Ukraine. Do you have any advice? Sorry, I was late to your video. Well, I have a lot of advice. Humble all. You have about 600 videos of advice, if you know what I'm saying. Um, I'm just kidding. It's a phrase that is funny. Yeah, they know what buttons to push. That is for sure. Dave is saying, no kidding. After 2 years, this woman calls me out of the blue. I was just a purse for her. She does not get it. I am past her. Yes, sometimes in case of this kind of international dating, a lot of times you're just a purse for somebody. I mean, it's sad. KZ saying people like that have major insecurity issues. Absolutely. Well, we all have some insecurity, but these people, this is a way to get joy. I absolutely agree. It's insecurity, and this is how they feel joy in life when they manipulate somebody. The ones that enjoy having power over you probably have been taken advantage of by someone else. That's possible. But um, you don't want you to be their victim, and you want to be able to open up with people. You want to be able to have happy life. Okay. Bellos is saying they have power over you. That was my case. It was not sex, but more or less sympathy. They play on your weakness. Yes, guys, not always sex, not always money. Sometimes they play on your weak part. In terms of Ukrainian women, unfortunately, I have to say this how it is. They will be like, "Oh my God, I am doing. Everybody's sick. My child needs to go to the camp." Oh, I'm making this sound again. Um, I had a letter maybe 2 weeks ago. Somebody asking me. I actually just help them with gives them direction. Okay, I'm gonna take this off. Gonna have one earring. It's a one earring live stream. So okay. So I get that email, and the woman was not directly asking about money, but she was mentioning how hard it is and how hard she tries, and her child needs this, and she was borrowing some like not lending, but she's uh like taking a credit from somebody to send this child in a camp, and she doesn't have time to talk. But that letter, I actually saved it. I'm gonna add it to my anti-scam course because that letter is a classic thing. She doesn't ask you directly for money, but her goal is that you realize that she needs money, and although you are a stranger, but she makes you feel guilty that she's having such a hard time. She plays on your weakness, like Bella's just mentioned. And you feel like you would not be a man if you would not help. You know? It's basically you manipulate it so strongly that you don't even realize that you're getting sucked in like manipulative circle. And the man was asking me about that letter, and I just sent him back. I told him, listen, this is 100% manipulation. uh it's different when you have a relationship. It's a different thing. But I really want to stay on the topic. So let me see, guys. And I want to communicate with you guys. So, haha, thanks, Casey. I'm glad you like me in a gamer headset. This is so funny. It's gonna be like my son is going to inherit this. He wants to do some gaming. I feel like a radio DJ. So it's too bad I don't have any music to play for you guys. All right, let's see. I'm gonna read some more things. Yes, so guys, basically use logic. If you have this feeling of of pain. You have to lose logic. And the thing is, the person that is, it was just a misunderstanding, they would sit down and they would talk to you. They would look into your eyes, and they not gonna be hiding. They'd be able to talk to with you. So it's just not fun. And we were taught to ignore our feelings, and you're gonna be a bad guy or a bad girl if you cut somebody off so nice. But you just gotta be aware. Another thing, they often do, they can make you wait sometimes, because they have a lot more going on than so they would always make you wait. Like, wait till they respond to you, wait till they doing something. And because they have a lot more in their lives than sometimes it's another woman or another man. So they can't respond to you. So just so you know. All right. uh all right, let's see. Dave is saying that he was given an advice that not say yes to everything. Yes, absolutely. You can't say yes to everything that person asks you. Um, I wonder if there is an option to make this chat slower, because it's going like super fast. All right, money shows. Okay. Well, somebody saying that about girlfriend in Philippines. Have you met her? Because sometimes people say girlfriends they never been with a person. But if you need my personal help, let me know, because just by couple sentences I don't want to misguide you. But sometimes it's hard to define, is it real relationship, or is it just one of those things where you think you are in a relationship. Anyways, yes, I did steal my son's headphones, so don't try this at home. um Guilt trip. Yes, the guilt trip is a big one. Especially when you try to do something for yourself sometimes, and you will get the guilt trip. And as sad as it is, guys, it happens so often, and I see people suffer. And I just wanted to come out today and talk about this. You will get this feeling, like inside of you, and then when you start to investigate, you will understand why. You actually make sense. Yes, I understand it's hard sometimes to see things when you just like your brain is out of the door, but it comes back to you once in a while. And when it comes back to you, you kind of feel fear, because you realize people not honest with you. You don't Once again, you don't get care. You get some things, but you don't get care. Like, it's, I would say, with Ukrainian women is, when you are with a lady, yes, you treat the lady, guys, all always treat the lady if you love doing that. Whether she's good or bad, time will show. But if you enjoy that, do that. But good lady, she has the instinct to, she would appreciate that very much, and she would be doing some little things for you, because it's just an instinct, it's just a desire. And guys, so it's a little bit harder to make a gift for a man, because for a woman to make a gift, I mean, the whole industry of beauty and fashion works for women. I mean, women are the biggest consumers and the biggest buyers in the world, and we are consistently told, oh, you have to have this, you have to have this, makeup, facials, things, hair products, clothes. I mean, it's just insane what, you just open the door of any shop and you can find, and it's very easy to find a treat or gift, no matter of what kind of budget you can find for women. For men it's a little bit harder because you don't want to, you don't always want to give him a plush toy. You don't know how to figure out his clothes, or you just don't know, men not so much into clothes, sometimes it's gadgets. It's kind of weird if your lady will give you a new cell phone. So it takes some creativity for a woman to make a nice gift for a man. It could be something physical material, like maybe some accessories, like phone. A phone. I think it's getting late. I think I'm a little bit, I mean, like belts or clocks or something. And clocks, watches. All right, guys, this life is almost over. I'm switching off. But yeah, so she might give you something like that. It could be maybe something, books, journals. Guys, it's actually very difficult sometimes to make a nice gift for a man, but not impossible. You can go to men's shops for men, and there are some nice things. It could be a mug, it can be something. But the Ukrainian thing, how you say thank you to a man, is you make him a meal. You go there, you pick up some nice food, and you put your heart to it. And just so you know, guys, the main ingredient that the woman cooks with is love. She can have regular ingredients, that is maybe not anything special, but when she's in love, when she puts love into it, it's gonna be incredibly good. It's she gonna make it the best possible mix, even out of regular products. That's just how we roll. So my last thing, guys, today I want to tell you this: please do not stick with a situation where you feel alarmed, you feel that you are getting sucked in into something and you know it's not right. Let's just say you already at the point you know it's not right. For example, you realize you don't want to marry that person, you would not trust them your bank account, you would not trust them to even stay in your place. You already know it's not right, whether it's financial, sexual, whatever that uh, is. You caught that person on a lie. You saw things that they didn't know you had seen. I mean, it's been obviously uh, things that they either hide or misinterpret, and they show up at the time that's good for them. They never ask about what's time good for you. Um, and another big factor is when you ignore them, they really reaching out. They go crazy if you tell them, okay, you know what, I can't take this anymore. When your heart becomes softer and you let them in again, they starting to is becoming distant and avoiding you and ignoring you. So it's kind of this whole hot 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 cold game. So it's one of those things when it's hot and cold. And so that's again the thing of a power, having power over you. But whatever it is, whatever combination of things that is, please don't stay. Take your time to reflect. You have to have a right as a human being to take day or two or three to switch off the phone. Sometimes you say, oh, I can't, like, no, you can. You can not pick up your phone. You can leave your damn phone and have a life for a day. You can block their number. You can block their email. And the thing is, once again, when a little bird is getting sucked in, the marsh, there is kind of marsh that can like suck you in, like it's this kind of I don't know, sloppy texture. I don't know how quite to explain this. A little bird, if only their feet get into it, then the whole bird gonna go down. So down under that marshy thing, and she can't get out. So don't be that little bird. Your goal is to protect yourself, your wholeness as a human being. uh Protect yourself, your emotions. It's your job. It's not. I used to think that it's other people's job to protect my heart. I believe that, well, nobody would hurt me if they would only know I'm a good person. But let me tell you, it doesn't work that way. Your job is to protect yourself. And I love open people. I love connecting with people, and it's wonderful when you can take your guards down. And I'm so blessed because in my life, I have people that I can just connect. And sometimes it's not even people that I know for a long time. I often um, I often connect, like for example, people in my VIP club. I feel so much trust because we just had built that trust. I feel relaxed. I just feel like home. So I hope that you have people in your life that make you feel like home. Um, so compare that. It's a feeling of safety. It's a feeling of non-judgment. It's a feeling of connection. And um, I hope that you guys can compare. And when you're constantly anxious, take some days for yourself. Once again, when it's wrong, and please do not uh, think that you need to sacrifice. You see, if you protect yourself, the right person will never attack you. The right person doesn't need your pain. The right person doesn't need you to be smaller. The right person doesn't need to lie to you, to hide things from you. uh yeah. So they're not trying to use you. It's an exchange. It's a beautiful thing. So when you're not getting that, you alert. Take your time. Maybe you need to see a specialist. Maybe you need somebody to help you, because this addiction is like heroin. I've never used drugs, but I understand by just observing people what it does, what a strong um addiction that is. And sometimes you can't come out of it. So if you need some professional help, you can, you can find many people that can help you. I can help you too. I'm not a therapist, officially not a therapist, but I'm a person that can see things through. And when it comes to relationships like that, I I I tell you, I've had some like that. So I'm not only talking from other people experiences and books. It's a lot more to it. And that feeling, guys, that gut feeling, that intuition was never wrong. Never wrong. It's just not. So let's see. All right, you guys have some conversations in between. I will let you have them. KZ, yes, you can send me an email to consultveronica@gmail.com. Um, no, I help people. I do, relationship coaching, and I am a consultant. I don't know, guys, how long I will be doing that. I want to tell you an insight, by the way, and that is the reasons why I had not made a live video in about 5 days. I didn't realize how much energy it actually takes, even though I love it. It takes a lot of energy, guys, for me to do these videos. So what was happening 5 days in a row? My son is out of school. We had some activities for him. I had some business and clients to take care of, and I'm like, oh, it's 9 o'clock or 8 o'clock. I want to do my live video, and then I'm completely out of energy because it was a very busy, active day, and you get tired physically and mentally. And I only now realize that when you out face publicly on people and you put passion into it, it takes a lot of energy. If you don't believe me, guys, try to do that. And um I guess it's something that I love so much, but it does take more energy than I thought, because I just could not physically do it. I was just really tired, and I'm just totally transparent about it. I don't have anything to hide. I wanted, but I couldn't do it. So that's pretty much what's been happening. But it's nice sometimes to take a break and reflect and do some work and then come back fresh, and that's what I'm doing. I hope you guys understand what I mean. So, good night, Chuck. It's not that late here. It's 11:30. Well, I'm not exactly a recruiter. All right, guys. I see a lot of conversations in between you. So um sometimes people come in that really have a questionable grip on reality. So I would not pay attention, Yelena. Some people come, they just, they have so much pain in them, they have to, or hurt, they have to spill it out on everybody else. So I would just ignore that. So, guys, from Michigan with love, it's great seeing you. A lot of my videos live too coming. It's gonna be about preparation, trip to Ukraine. How to prepare, and those videos gonna be available for maybe about hour or two, and then they're gonna go to my Patreon account, because I love building the community and people who really need knowledge, and who just will keep listening and learning and commenting. So I am in the process of building things up, and I want to thank you everyone who had joined lately the Patreon account. There is not so much going on now, but very soon it will, with trip to Ukraine, and I'm considering teaching a little bit of Russian in there. And if you are in my Patreon, you have ideas, you're welcome to share. I just had, guys, I want you to excuse me because I have a lot going on my plate, and I will share everything with you I can when I'm in Ukraine, all the, great things that we're gonna do. So I hope that you guys are doing well and you just taking some steps in your life. You don't have to watch my channel only if if you are, maybe you're not into Ukrainian women, but I'm gonna be adding more things that are good for life improvement. And I just want to see happy people. We have such a little time on this planet. If you take it for granted, sometimes, like, I'm not the person that ever gets bored, because I'm very much an introvert. So I just want to say, don't let somebody steal your time. Don't let somebody manipulate you. Be own it. Own your time. Own your emotions. Give them to those people who truly deserve them. Trust yourself first. Um, I believe in you. I believe in you. If you're watching my videos, you already know what concepts and things we talk about here. All the beautiful things are found within, and you know, sometimes you need reassurance, but believe me, you know all the answers. They are not outside of you. Not they are not outside of us. So guys, thank you so much, and thank you so much, guys. See you next time. Have a wonderful weekend.